wreck, no need to fret. Call 877-BIKER-LAW. Insurance companies don't like facing Jason. Call 877-BIKER-LAW. When you call Jason, you're placing your trust in a rider like you. The motorcycle lawyer. Yeah, he wrote the book on what to do. Yeah. Been in a wreck, no need to fret. Call 877-BIKER-LAW.
You're listening to CRBRadio.com. The words and opinions you are about to hear are of the hosts and do not reflect the management, sponsors, or affiliates of Cave Radio Broadcasting.
Sunday evening. We are live from the Cave Radio Studios West, also known now as the Penthouse. We are high above the O'Malley Supper Spirits and Song. My name is Skip Dietz, and for the next 2 hours, I will be acoustically yours. Welcoming to the show tonight, of course, we have our man at the board, or the man overboard, whichever. Eric Pelto, welcome, my friend.
Okay, hold on. I pointed the mic at a guitar player a minute ago. Doing great, Skip.
Excellent. So we have some very great special guests coming in studio tonight. We have Midnight Crisis. We have Bo, we have Corinne, and we have Bill joining us live in studio. Welcome.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Yes, welcome to the Cave.
Appreciate it.
Happy to be here.
So we are... I'm winding down from a pretty hectic couple of weeks. As my attire states here, we actually did our last family high school thing. My youngest daughter's high school graduation party last Saturday.
That's awesome.
That's great.
And she started out in the Redford Union School District, so she's gone from being a Panther to which I was a Panther. So I thought that was kind of cool. From there, we went to be a Farmington Falcon for 4 years. And now we are switching back to the feline family as Morgan will become a Northern Michigan University Wildcat
All right.
in August.
Rock and roll.
So my baby girl did it.
Yay.
She made it. It was a long road, but we got there.
Congratulations.
So... lots of graduation party stuff. It's a little bittersweet. Both of my girls have all gone through high school now, and now I have to wait for the grandkids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
So, like I said, joining us, we have Midnight Crisis. I got the opportunity to catch their show last night, and I've caught their shows before. And what's so cool about them is, harmonies. I love that. I can't do that by myself. And... between the three of them, they actually play the equivalent of a music store. They are so flexible, play a lot of different instruments. Bo, what do you play?
I play mostly bass, and just 6 months ago I converted from a fretted bass to a fretless bass, so that's kind of new for me. And
I love that bass too.
I do too, and I love the tone. And about 2 months into learning it, I brought it to rehearsal, and I said, "Hey, does this sound good enough?" After we played some songs, yeah, they were cool with me continuing. So I've continued to do that, and then I play guitar as well. I played guitar since I was probably 12. I played bass since I was probably 16. And then a couple years ago, when we were getting the band going, somehow, I don't remember exactly what the posting was, but Bill said something about, and mandolin, because I owned a mandolin. Bo plays, the guitar and the bass and mandolin. I'm like, Bill, I only own the mandolin. So I learned how to play it. So I play one song in our portfolio of songs with the mandolin, and I love it. It's a cool instrument, and I have a blast with these guys.
Yeah, awesome. Corinne, what do you play?
I play about 50-50 the guitar and violin, I'd say. and a little harmonica, one song on the mandolin, a little 2-chord banger. But yeah, I actually started on a piano when I was, I don't know, like 4 or 5. My mom she took piano lessons, so she put me in class, and I did not want to follow instructions. I just wanted to like sit there and make stuff up, So I didn't last long in that, but the violin was my next instrument, and I played that in school, and yeah, picked up the guitar in my 20s, so it's been probably like 10, 12 years now since I've been playing that. Yeah, good stuff.
Good.
Yeah.
How about you, Bill?
So I've been playing harmonica the longest because I bought my first harmonica as a little boy in like probably 5th grade or something like that, maybe even sooner. And back then they were actually, you can get them at dime stores for like $5. And they had a little instruction fold away thing, and they teach you how to tongue block and play The Saints Come Marching In. And so that was my first venture into there. I learned how to play The Saints Come Marching In, and Piano Man was another one that I learned. And then I started playing guitar like in 8th grade, and kind of fumbled through that for several years and plateaued. Never really got any better because the only reason I play guitar is because I wanted to sing. And then I realized I've been playing guitar for 20 years and I wasn't any good at it. So I decided to take an online course during the pandemic, and just like, I got to level up here, man. I've been at this too long to be sitting here at this level for a while, and it helped me quite a bit. And I played trombone a little bit in junior high, and then Kent, or Bo Bentley, forces me to play
my other
bass.
name is Kent, but I
Yeah.
go by Bo on stage.
Stage names. It's awesome.
I know.
So he kind of forced me to play bass because he wanted to play guitar on a few songs. So I picked up the bass so he could get his guitar on here and there for a few songs, and he's a very good guitar player. So it forced me into kind of learning how to do bass a little bit.
Nice.
So that's my story.
But yeah, I'm as you're saying that, you played guitar because you wanted it. Me, 100%. I mean, but I didn't progress. I'm still.
But your songwriting is
Yeah.
amazing
Yeah.
and tugs at the heartstrings. I'm telling
Yeah,
you.
it's very honest and
Yeah.
it's
Thank you.
awesome. Yeah.
But yeah, I can play. I can strum. And I've even picked up a couple of different rhythms. So I guess I have advanced a little bit.
Yeah.
But I mean, everything was, everything I used to do was strum palm, strum palm, strum palm, strum palm. But I've been able to work a couple of things in there, and that actually started with COVID too. And then the other one, I have the same arpeggio that I play in every slow song, the same progression. If you listen
I do the same
to every
thing.
one of my slows, it's the same.
Yeah, but
It's
three chords in the truth means
Yeah,
a
that's
lot
all
to
that
people.
matters, yeah.
No flashy guitar, doesn't matter. Three
And-
chords in the truth will get you every time.
Yeah, I actually have a T-shirt that says that, and that's the shirt I usually wear on the show.
Okay.
But we're going green for my girl and the
Yeah.
Wildcats tonight. So,
Yeah, sweet.
so yeah, I just, kind of went through, and I just picked up after, COVID really got me started playing again.
Yeah.
It had been about 20 years for me.
COVID made I'm better for it. Yeah, I was stuck in the house, didn't have to work, and I kept thinking, wow, this is like, if I never had to work, I could get really decent at this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's brave. She'll go on Facebook and do a Facebook Live.
I
and
was
you
forcing
did a lot.
myself
Yep.
to do
Yep.
videos. Yeah,
I
'cause
did the same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's tough to put yourself out there, but
Well, actually, the ex-wife of the owner of the station, Dan Mayer, Angie, she's actually the one that got me to post
yeah.
on social media.
Good for her.
I was sharing some of my friends that were playing live on Facebook that couldn't play in the bars. So I had, I was sharing Robin Horlock, I was sharing Jason Longuski, I was sharing Mike Smith, I was sharing Jason Harper, and because they had their Venmo set up for just trying to keep
Yeah.
them fed.
Yeah.
And Angie posted one day, you need to do one of these. I'm like, girlfriend, I haven't picked up a guitar in like 20 years, barely. But I posted one. It was a Cat Stevens song, Father and Son. And it got such a response on it that I actually not only started playing again, but I started writing again.
Yeah.
And
Re-inspired you. That's so
it
cool.
does. You get, and also as you get older, actually, I wrote my first song when I was 13.
Yeah.
And it was really, it was about, about a man who cheated on his wife and was begging for forgiveness. Okay, I'm 13 writing this. And, it's just what I heard on the radio. But as you experience life, it more happens to you. Every song I've written since COVID, it is something that happened in real life and just putting words and music to it.
Yeah.
That's mostly what you hear from singer-songwriters is real life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, it's real stuff. I've written songs about, I got into a kick where I was really writing slow, sad, kind of dark, where I was like ready to release a funeral album.
Yeah, that's where I go when I write for some reason. So, it's hard for me to write a happy song. I don't think I've ever done it. Well, I have.
It's the stuff that hits you.
Yeah.
My wife and I separated 10 years ago now. And, raising, my daughter, she was 7 at the time. So I never ventured out there. Well, finally, I met a girl that was cool, and I wrote her a song, and that was the happy, upbeat song. I did, because I ran the karaoke show at Novi Bowl for 20 years. I told Corinne this story.
Yeah.
So I had filled in for the regular karaoke lady a couple of times for a couple of weeks. She'd go out, play with a band, come back. So she asked me to again and said, well, this one's going to be 6 weeks. And, 15 years later, she never came back. So it was literally the longest 6 weeks of my
steady
life.
karaoke gig. That's cool.
But, we were able to do a lot of things with the sound system. And my writing then went to, entertain my crowds. So that turns into parodies, kind of like Larry the Parody Guy.
Yeah.
And they didn't have the flash drives back then to
Right.
Distribute.
that I could distribute. So, but I do have some still on cassette tape.
There you go.
I've heard you do a parody before at the New Hudson Inn. Have you done any of them? Did you do any of them?
I did.
Yeah.
There was one. This goes back to the owner of Cave Radio, Dan Mayer. I wrote him a parody to Johnny Cash's Folsom Prison Blues,
Yeah.
called the Facebook Prison
Yeah.
Blues.
Okay.
Because he has, tendency to cross the line at times. It's all in good
End
fun.
up in jail, Facebook jail.
Yep,
Yeah.
ends up in Facebook jail. And while he was in there one time, I think he got a 30-day sentence.
Jeez.
Sermon time.
So I wrote him a song, texted him, and he had made alternate profiles so that if he got hit on one, he could bounce back. Yeah, they figured him out. They shut all his stuff down. So during that time, I wrote him that song, and so I had to play it and text it to him because he couldn't get on social media to see it. And I put it out for everybody else. I swear, I think that song got shared like 30 times.
Nice.
So it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But a lot of the stuff that I wrote though was dated. I did a song about the OJ trial. I did a song about one that bar and kitchen staff love. It's called Wanted at Table 5. I may have done that one at Open Mic too.
I think I definitely heard the Facebook one.
And so that was kind of my thing, to draw. it was parodies and props.
Yeah.
So I had the blow up guitars and the wigs and the
That is
hats
just awesome.
and
I bet people love that. Had so much fun.
and
with
all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you're entertaining, that's what matters. You know, if you want to sit at home and write funeral songs, that's for you. But when you're out in front of people, it's like
Especially
let's put on a show.
karaoke, man.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
all about hamming it up. You know.
Oh,
Yeah.
I pick songs like that I know I
Yeah.
can't sing, just so I can blow up on stage and let somebody else see. Oh, if he can do it, I'm doing it. It's a recruiting tool.
It is.
You don't pick tequila.
No, no.
Dun, 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 dun,
And-
dun.
Mike does that, right?
Tequila.
And a lot of that gig it's recruiting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because you got people that are afraid to do it, and some with reason. Though I have found I stopped full time in 2012. I hung on to like the night before Thanksgiving. I hung on to New Year's Eve because that was just easy money. But I found that the filter goes away. So now it's like somebody says karaoke. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Because it's like,
I've hosted a
Don't
few
they-
times,
Don't,
and
don't
I like
people
it.
bribe their way into the cut the
Uh,
line and stuff like that
We
to the
won't.
host? Do
We
you
won't
do?
mention names,
No?
but yeah, I know somebody who's good at accepting bribes. I never accepted bribes, but
No, you
Me
haven't.
neither.
No. Hey, man.
me neither. I was actually, because I wanted to be fair.
me too.
So I was actually
that meant more.
what
Yeah.
was called a rotation Nazi.
Yep.
You didn't have a price?
So no, I did not have a price.
Everybody has a price.
Never took money. If they were very, very, very regular, and they were really leaving, I'd manipulate a little bit because they're here on a regular basis, spending money, so on and so forth. You got to think about that too.
Yeah.
But as opposed to the ones that sit and drink water all night. So I've gotten a lot fatter going to the bars and doing that because I can't do that. Just sip on a Coke because I don't drink. So every time I go to a bar, now I have to eat.
Right.
Right.
So
Yeah.
My first
It's
time
hard on me.
hosting karaoke, I had done a little bit of research to figure it out as best I could, and I obviously wasn't doing it right for a couple of one diva in particular, and I heard all about it. I'm like, man, this is my first time. Give me a break. And by the third time of hosting, it was like, okay, I understand how to work the rotation, how to get people in. And,
Yeah.
And once I've got it figured out, it was fun.
But yeah, it's a process. I went to New Hudson Inn when they first started it. Yeah, I'll just check it out and see because I know Fun Bobby hadn't really done it, and Andrew hadn't really done it to that extent. So I'm like, but they have the automatic thing through the what are these Care Fund?
Care
It's like an
Fun.
app,
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So it sets up the rotation and everything. And all of a sudden, I put a couple of songs in, just thinking I'm getting the rotation. Oh no, I'm up 3 times in a row. I'm like, guys, yeah, fix that. Because people get, the serious
do.
people, they get
do.
very serious, and they'll say, well, that guy's been up twice, and
I've
I haven't
heard
been
that.
up. Oh yeah, oh, constantly. But no, I actually had a guy. I actually had a drunk guy threaten my wife and children once.
Oh my God.
I mean, he just went, well, this is what drunk does.
Yeah.
So he's going, oh, man, he wants to be next, and he wants to go right now. And I'm like, dude, you got to wait, dude. There's like 5 people out of you, and it's not that long. You're talking 5 people. You're talking like 15 minutes,
Yeah.
dude. Right. So he's like, well, I'm going to kill your wife and your children. I'm like, dude.
What song was he singing?
You lost that love and feeling.
I'm positive.
Yeah, well, he wasn't singing anymore. I said, dude, you're done. Out.
Eric's
Out
been to
you go.
karaoke
That was
too.
the right
right?
thing to do. Just get out.
So enough about karaoke and back to real music, I like to say. So you guys kind of have a cool story on how you came together.
Yeah. I'll let Bill tell it. He tells it
All
best.
right. So
I
like,
weaseled my way in, basically.
well, it goes back to
And we let her.
Yeah.
They let.
So I met everybody through Corinne,
Yeah.
and basically the first open mic I went to outside of Billy's Tippin' In, was Stingers.
Okay.
And Stingers, that open mic was run by a couple named Pam and Steve. And they had that going for a while. And I remember just kind of going up there and being really nervous. It was out of the pandemic, and I had just taken a bunch of guitar Zoom classes, and I really wanted to shake the jitters because I played rhythm guitar in a classic rock band, and when they throw me a song, I get real nervous and choke, and my guitar playing would suffer and everything. So I just thought I wanted to throw myself into a fire pit and just kind of do it. And Corinne was very encouraging, and she said, well, there's an open mic up at the New Hudson Inn. So I went up to the New Hudson Inn, and then I remember this vividly. I remember learning, she knew I went to a Billy Strings concert before the pandemic. And I had learned a Billy Strings song, the one we just played earlier to do the sound check.
Yeah.
And she goes, play that Billy Strings song. I'm like, I'm tuned to open E, and I just finished like a Black Crowes song and a bunch of other. And I'm like, I have to tune my guitar. She goes, here's my guitar. She's not going to let me out of it, right? So I'm just like, all right, I'll play it, And I played it. I did okay, I guess. But
At
then
that point, I was listening to Billy Strings' Red Rocks live performance on YouTube literally every day at my house when it was on my TV. So yeah, I was super pumped that.
Yeah, it was cool. It was really a good feeling to see someone excited about Billy Strings after because at that time, like, not a lot of people knew him. At the concert that I saw him at in 2017, he was down bill from like the Drive-By Truckers,
Right.
really far down bill. And and now he's like selling out DTE and stuff, and then she introduced me to Bo Bentley
At my party.
at his party,
Open mic birthday party.
Open mic
Nice.
birthday party. And I was just like, this is and she goes, why don't you just come? And I was like, I'll come with me. And I'll just like, introduce you to everybody, and I'll just like, and I'm like, but he's like, it's all right, it's all good. He didn't invite me. It's okay, it's all good. And then I met him. I'm like, well, this is the best party I've never been invited to. And so like I can't remember if it was the next spring, there was a open mic night, or I started going to open mic nights, and then there was a competition that I entered, and I kept flubbing.
You weren't flubbing, you just weren't being chosen to move.
Right, I wasn't being chosen to move to the next thing, and I'm just like, all right, I got to do something different here, and I just like, hey, will you, you come along with me, and maybe we'll get through together.
Right.
And
on bass. I'm on bass.
on his bass, yeah. And so he started playing bass, and we got through, and we made it all the way to the semifinals. We did like a ZZ Top song, the Jack Johnson song, and
Nice.
I can't remember what else, but we were doing pretty good. And then Seashell, they call her Seashell because Corinne Michelle. So she entered it too, but she entered it as a solo artist, and she didn't get as far as we did. But then we started playing and say, well, why don't we just start like a midlife crisis, right?
Yeah.
You named
Midlife
this.
crisis.
You named
I
this.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we were like midlife crisis, and then we realized we were too old to be in midlife crisis.
But I'm not.
But she's not,
Right?
right. Well, she's not. But then she started coming and rehearsing with us, and we started like doing 3-part harmonies, like in Kent's apartment, and we're like, all right, we should do a band, and like we started playing open mic nights at New Hudson Inn, and
Practicing every week.
and
We'd get together and make breakfast, and we'd be together
Social.
Sunday 5
Social.
hours,
Yeah.
eat
As much as it was
breakfast,
rehearsal,
and
it was
it was
yeah,
fun. Yeah, it's still fun, but yeah.
it's really cool.
And then one night we were about to go up on stage at New Hudson Inn, and Andrew goes, welcome Midnight Crisis to the stage, and we're all like, well, he mispronounced it. Later we talked about it, like, that's a
It's
good
not bad.
fit
That sounds
now.
better. Yeah.
That's a
Well, after the youth infusion,
Yes.
Yeah.
you had to do something different.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So now I've seen the show you guys put on, and it's a great show.
Thank
But
you.
it's when you get in that open mic setting, it's so much more relaxed. So I actually do have another name for you.
Oh, yeah.
So on Mondays on open mic, I call you guys the early evening conundrum.
That's it. That's where we spitball a lot of ideas on Monday nights. That's where we rip off the Band-Aid on new songs
Yeah.
that we're just we don't have a lot of reps in on. Let's.
I call it live practice.
Yeah, loud practice.
Right.
We rip off the Band-Aid a little bit on a few things, and but it's a very what I like about that open mic is it's a fertile place to get better and be accepted by a lot of other musicians, and if you make mistakes, it's okay.
Yep, no one cares.
And it's been really a blessing, and just the networking there too. Andrew Rice was instrumental in giving us opportunities at private gigs, like the Norelli Palooza. This woman named Norel, she's she's a big patron of the arts, I would say.
Yeah, no, Norel.
And she gave us one of our first opportunities, and then a couple of Corinne's hair clients gave us one, the Frankenmuth Brewing Company, and really been blessed with people who believed in us and kept pushing us out there, So
Yeah, Norel yelled at me the last time.
oh yeah,
The last time she heard me play.
yeah.
It was actually in New Hudson Inn's last singer-songwriter contest. Corinne was also a judge for that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was fun.
Why did you stop? So I'm doing this contest, and I mean, it was one of those if everything could go wrong, it was going to moments. It was a real Murphy's Law experience. So I find out, first of all, hey, you're up second. What?
Oh yeah, when you're you get the draw,
They're drawn out of the hat. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, and the first guy's not here yet.
Yeah.
So I'm a little freaked out, and as soon as I go up there, right in front of the bar, fire truck, ambulance. All that, I'm like,
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
where'd Skip go?
Yeah.
I'm like, are they here for me?
No, it was someone in the other bar, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it was that something happened.
Yeah,
I
I do
remember
remember
that.
that too.
But yeah, and all that noise, and went through there, and then got through my first song, dropped my pick, then bent over to pick it up, knocked my guitar on the floor,
Yeah.
and I just went totally blank.
Yeah.
I had one of those experiences. We had a gig in Hell Saloon. And it was our first, or was it our first time there or second?
It was our first time there.
It was our first time there, right? So we hadn't gotten our sound system yet, so we were using these amps, and we had a rigged up way of amplifying ourselves. So, and I just got this violin stand, a little foldable one you put on the floor, so I had my violin sitting out there, and I don't remember how it happened, but I backed up to switch, and my violin fell off the stand. Bridge totally fell out. Sound post fell out. Unplayable, right? And it's our first time there. We're I'm nervous. I don't know about these guys, but I was nervous. So we're okay, what are we gonna do? So we just switched to guitar songs, So I plugged my guitar back in. From the amp. I was no
out,
way,
yeah.
And we couldn't figure it out. I'm getting all flustered, and I was I don't know, you guys, I'm done. Just figure it out. I don't know. And I just walked away.
Yeah, but the funniest thing about that finals where I spaced out was I wasn't even supposed to be there.
Why?
Well, because I'd played in semis, and they were only going to take 6.
Oh, you were the wild
And
card?
I was either 7 or 8
Yeah.
because they decided to take 2 more. They took me and the German guy,
Oh, yeah. Alex, yeah.
Alex.
Yeah. You were supposed to be there.
Yeah.
You were absolutely supposed to be there.
So after they announced the 6, I was like, oh, cool, I'm done. Because the only reason I did that contest is because of 96 being torn up it was next to impossible for me to get there on Monday nights.
Oh, right.
So I was like, cool.
Yeah,
I can come on Sunday, and the traffic won't be as bad because all the traffic's coming the other way. You know, coming back on a Sunday. So this is like 8 weeks that I can or no, it was, what was it, 6 weeks? Yeah, 6 weeks. This is 6 weeks I can go play.
Yeah.
So first week I get stuck at work. Couldn't play. I didn't get home from work till like 8 o'clock. The second week something happened. I think it was a family thing that I couldn't do. So, all right, third week, I'm in. I'm going to go do this. And I go in and I play. Oops, I qualified.
Yeah, now you don't have to play.
Now I can't play the last 3 weeks. And I had to wait a month.
Well, shoot, Skip, you gotta tell people what your plan is, man.
I just wanted to play for 6 weeks.
Actually, I do remember you saying that.
Because I had done the
After you made it. Yeah, I would have taken a
because I had done the two contests prior, which I'm not as smart as you, Bill. I dove right in.
Oh.
So I hadn't played live in 20 years.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And I dove right into a singer-songwriter contest.
You could have fooled me, man.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
I mean, you're fantastic.
So and I didn't qualify. I'm like, all right, cool. There's a lot of good people.
He is fantastic.
And then the next week, hey, this show's about you guys.
No, not this moment though. This moment, we're appreciating you.
Yeah.
And so the next contest, it was just an open mic contest, and I didn't qualify. I think I went like 2 or 3 times. There's a lot of good people here, so I was totally not expecting.
Yeah. Well, we knew, like, Bo and I knew we weren't going to get in. I mean, we were up against, like, Frank and Cora Ashley and Aaron Markovich and Rusty Snails and Jonathan Pantelli and a bunch of, like, really, we knew. We knew we were going to sunset pretty soon.
Right.
But we still had a blast,
It did not diminish the enjoyment at all.
No, we had a lot of fun. And just kind of knowing where you're at, we knew where we were at. We knew, we pretty much knew who was going to win, you know what I mean?
But we also got good responses.
We did.
And good feedback from some people.
We did.
One of the judges in particular said,
but I think that's,
I heard you starting at ZZ Top, and I thought, there's no way they're going to do this. And wow, they did it.
Yeah, we did Fool for Your Stock. Yeah. That was a good one. And but I really like the whole thing is like when you think about the outcome too much, you don't there's a journey not the goal type of philosophy that you hear from everybody. It's cliche, but I think it's true.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's true. They say that for a reason. And if you just kind of like look at the landscape and just kind of accept the chips are going to fall where they are. Your nerves, you can calm yourself down.
Yeah.
While you're on stage, you can calm yourself down and just kind of be like. I remember there's one guy. I remember when I first started playing at Stingers. He came to our show last night. His name's E. Can I swear here? Okay.
Say what you want, play what you want.
So his name is Ernie Douglas. Yep. He goes by Ernie fucking Douglas. And so when I played at Stingers and I was up there, I was like, for the first time, like, I'm just like, and he just like he goes, dude, you just gotta just stop. You can't give a shit. You just don't give a shit. You just go up there and just like don't care. You know what I mean? Just like let it all go. I can't remember exactly what he said, but he could tell. I was like shaking, I mean, I worked through that for probably a good year and a half or two, for a long time, right? I mean, I was shaking when I performed, and it was probably, I mean, I still get sometimes, I still get in my head sometimes. I think we all do,
sure.
But a lot of it's gone away, and a big part of it is playing with these guys.
Yeah.
Because when you're playing by yourself, man, you just feel like completely stripped down and naked. If you're doing a singer-songwriter and you're by yourself, it really is throwing yourself into you're very, very vulnerable up on stage. And if you have bandmates, it makes it a lot easier, a lot easier.
See, my thing though is putting it together, because I have this thing where I don't feel like I'm good enough to play. Where I can get by on my own. I don't feel like I'm good enough to play with somebody and stay with them. But
You are.
Yeah,
I
you
really
are.
do
Yeah.
want
Yeah,
some.
You are for sure.
I really do want to find some harmonies and
Yeah.
stuff
yeah.
like that to put into my stuff too.
That's been so cool. I had no idea how to harmonize at all. I'm still like, fumbling through it most of the time, but just playing with these guys and being able to like find that has been so cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's been a fun experience.
Yeah, it's awesome to find, and it's cool to do, because I did a lot of that. I did a lot of acapella,
Yeah, yeah.
singing growing up, so I kind of missed that.
Yeah.
So yeah, but now I'm up here by myself. I think I started by closing my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd go through, I'd play my whole set with my eyes closed. It'd be like, to the point where I was thinking about just getting some sunglasses.
That's a good tactic.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
So I started doing that. So I was just kind of, I don't know if you remember the movie For the Love of the Game with Kevin
Kevin
Costner as
Costner,
the
yeah,
Detroit
absolutely,
Tiger
yeah.
pitcher.
Where he cut his hand on the table saw
yep,
or whatever.
yep.
That one. Yep.
Well, whenever he got tense, he would close his eyes and he would say to himself, "Clear the mechanism."
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I started doing that. But then I started getting, now once you're comfortable, now you open up, now you get involved, and you kind of forget what you're doing, and then you're just playing. It's funny because I have this thing for self-deprecation, and I think I do that to keep my head from swelling.
That's
It's like I kind of check myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I remember during one of the early times that I played at New Hudson Inn, and Andrew comes up to me and he says, you can reach people. There's a woman over there crying. Because I did one of my sad songs. I said, yeah, bleeding eardrums hurt.
Yeah.
But and Andrew gets so upset. He said, stop doing that. You always do that, and you are your own worst critic, and everybody's their own worst critic.
Yeah.
But no, Andrew was a big part in supporting me and keeping me playing.
Yep.
Yeah.
And my buddy Jack is the one that got me going
Yep.
on open mic, and I hadn't played in front of people for 20 years, and I met him at a place in Brighton, and next thing you know, he's taking me to all these places where there's open mics, and he said, try it. And it took time and courage to get up there and do it. Of course, I was nervous and shaken, and previously had played in bands and not played solo, so playing solo is definitely a different vibe.
Oh yeah.
But eventually, I got comfortable with it, and after being with these guys for 3 years and playing regularly, we rehearsed often during the first year, but I got to a point where when we play out, I don't even give it a second thought anymore. I know there will be mistakes. There'll be mistakes that I know that they may or may not notice, but I don't fret it anymore. It's
Yeah.
just like, no pun intended.
That's
But
it. I like
we
your choice
just
of words.
You
we
really
just
don't fret it at all.
not anymore now that I'm a fretless, but you get to a point where there's enough feeling of past successes that you'll get through it no matter what happens. And the night her violin broke, I'm like, don't quit, I got tape. And I actually took some gaffer's tape and I taped her fingerboard back on.
Oh, it was my fingerboard too.
Yeah, it popped right off.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just stuff happens and shit happens and you get through it.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's I think that night was like telling, because what was great about that night though is I called the guy who booked us, and I'm like, man, we just can't.
We train wrecked.
Well, what it was
Yeah.
was we'd been working for a long time to get 3 hours of material, and 3 hours of material is like probably something like 35, 40 songs,
Sure.
something like that. And but like probably 20% of it was with her on fiddle, right? So when we lost her ability to saw, it was like, well, we can't finish the night, we can't. So I texted the guy's name was Scotty, and I texted him. I'm like, man, I don't, I just left the check at the bar. Or wait, no, they did pay me, and I called them up and they gave me the check, I think, and And I called him and I just said, I'm not going to cash a check. We didn't finish the night, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, oh, no, don't. He goes, the staff loved you and blah, 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 blah. And he goes, what? I got 3 more dates for you. And then
Wow.
and I was just like, what? You know, he's like, all right. So I cashed the check. And I picked a couple more dates, and he booked us again.
Nice.
You know, and he goes, because you know, we got good feedback
Yeah.
from the staff and some of the patrons and stuff like that. And you know, we play the Hell Saloon now probably about 4 times
Yeah,
a year.
I think so.
You know, so and they're it's about 45 minutes away. So and we had to set up our own sound, so it's a little bit harder work than showing up at the NHI with just a couple instruments and plug into a PA. But it's been
taught us a lot, though.
It's taught us a lot. You know, it forced us to get a good PA set up. We have a wireless Behringer system, just like they have at the NHI, and a couple monitors and a couple PAs and
And a Wizard sound
and
man?
Wizard, and we have a we originally went with the wired.
he's a better sound guy than me.
I don't know about that, but it was a process of learning and constantly reinventing a way to get the balance of the stage volume in the front of house and everything, and we part of it was we took a trip to Sweetwater together, and I saw that Behringer. It was like $200 in the used section. I'm like, man, if I don't pick this up, you know, this is like, you know, we need something like this to level up our PA.
Right.
And
When you can score it on a deal like that.
yeah, and then we have a good network. You know, Bo runs sound at the Log Cabin. Well, Log Cabin canceled their live music, but Bo
Did they really?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
So they stopped.
It's a bummer.
Yeah, but Bo did at the time. Bo did sound up there. He did sound at the NHI. You know, he could lean on Andrew a little bit for teaching, and then the lead guitar player in my classic rock band also does the sound, and so he helped set up our first.
You can mention their name. It's okay.
Oh, Heavy K and the Freaks is
Okay.
We've been together for like something like 20 years.
Oh, wow.
And we probably play about 3 or 4 times a year, but it's a 7-piece band, and there's not enough venues that can house us. So
Right.
we have a lot of trouble getting gigs.
Yeah, because you got to play someplace big.
Which leaves me wanting, you know, which kind of, you know, like this is we got a small footprint, you know. We're not a solo, so it's not like they can shove us in a corner in a like tiny coffee house or something like that. But we can fit into a lot of places, you know, and still play.
Sometimes simple is better.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's going to lead me to. I have a question for each of the 3 of you, which will then lead me into something else. But okay, so we'll start with Corinne. If you could play anywhere, any stadium, any arena, any stage, where would you want to play?
Oh my God, that's a good question. I don't know, like the Masonic Temple is so cool. That would be sweet. I'm so bad with just picking one thing, so I'm
Right.
gonna give you like a few. But I've never been to Red Rocks, but that just looks amazing.
It does.
Yeah, and I mean, this is, you know, obviously, whatever. But yeah, that would probably be what my mind goes to first. Like, the Masonic Temple is so cool because of the architecture, and I just feel like in those kind of rooms, it's almost like church-like, you know? So yeah, I guess that's my answer. Yeah.
Bill?
I would love to, and I don't really care where it is, but I would like to be booked along with a lot of other artists at a festival. You know, at a festival setting, something like, well, not so much anymore, but Memphis in May or Bliss Fest or Hoxeyville or something like that, and just be, you know, on the main stage of like a venue like that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's just like, because then I'd be able to, like, while I'm there, you know, I can go check out everybody else and just kind of I'd be backstage with a lot of other musicians and stuff. I think it'd be cool to be part of something like that, you know, just because the cross-fertilization of all the different opportunities to meet other bands and other performers. So, yeah.
All right, Bo.
Well, since she didn't pick Red Rocks, I will, because I love watching shows at Red Rocks. I've never been there. It's on my bucket list to go. And if we could open for Billy Strings there sometime, that would be like the real kick-ass moment of my whole life.
Playing his songs. Just warming his songs up for him.
Right. And then he said, "No, this is how you do it."
Exactly.
Because I watch him, I was like, "Yeah, there's no way."
He's just, I mean, he's had a guitar in his hand since he was 4 or 5 years old. You know,
That's what happens.
full size, yeah, and passion, yeah.
It is.
And it's just his passion. It's just, you know, you can just see it. It's awesome. Yeah.
So, Abbey Road Studios.
It doesn't have any windows in it. There's skylights in it. Yeah, it's a pretty tremendous experience to be able to walk through the same doors that the Beatles and all the other famous musicians that have recorded there have gone through.
It's like, oh my God, I'm singing into Paul's microphone right now.
I know. And the experience I had with the others there was unique for that venue in the sense that Charlie came there with the intention of using the studio as a kind of inspiration to finalize some songs that he wrote. So the musicians that he invited, you know, were expected to come up with parts and play them, and I actually watched AJ. She wrote lyrics in the studio while we sat there, and the engineers kind of rolled their eyes at us at first, like, most people come here prepared with songs and then record them. You guys are like trying to figure this out while you're. So, you know, Charlie's paying for it. That if that's what he wants to do, he can do that. But yeah, 3 days, 8 to 10 hours a day in the studio, and just you feel the nostalgia of the place as you walk through the halls. You see the giant posters of all the different people who have come there and recorded, and they won't let you take any pictures in the hallways.
Right.
You can take all the pictures you want in the studio.
In the actual studio. That's cool.
Yeah, but down at the end of the long hall, I guess it's Studio 1 was where the Beatles recorded. Couldn't get in there. Yeah. I knocked on it a few times hoping to, you know, check it out, but I could not get in there. But we had a good time. That was my first time going over the pond, and, you know, on day one, it was the longest day I've had in a long time. By the time I got back to my hotel room, I had been up 23 hours.
Oh, my goodness.
So, but loved the experience. As a side trip, after 3 days in London, I ended up in Wales for a day. I'm friends with the guy. His name's Sean. He's the keyboard tech for Yes, the prog rock group. And he hosted me for a day in Wales. And after we did a little mountain climbing, he took me to Jeffrey Downs' studio, because he does work for Jeffrey Downs.
Okay.
So I got to see Jeffrey Downs' composition studio, and two walls are solid filled with gold and platinum records and all the awards. And, you know, he was in the Buggles, you know, Video Killed the Radio Star. He was in one of the splintered versions of Yes, and he was in Asia. And really cool guy. And I remember the first time I did a little roadie work and I met Sean, I helped set up the keyboards, and I said, well, don't tell Jeff I touched them. And Sean's like, oh, he's so laid back, he's horizontal, don't worry about him. I'm like, all right, cool. So I got to do that one other time, and, you know, that's one of my bullet points on my musical resume is roadie work. So,
Nice.
Yeah. But at Abbey Road Studio, you can only go in it if you're booked for studio time. But if you're not, you can go to the gift shop next door and, you know, buy all kinds of vinyl and other trinkets. So
Well, yeah, that had to be an absolutely amazing
It was.
experience.
It was.
Where so many had been before.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to go with another question. You get to give me 3 answers.
Oh, perfect.
So you're sitting in a bar. You have an instrument in your hand. Any person, okay, and you can't say each other. Give me 3 people, living or dead, that you would want to sit and jam with.
I gotta go first. Billy Strings for sure. Living or dead? I don't know. I'd say like Alanis Morissette was a big influence for me as a teenager, you know. So that'd be cool to jam with her. Man, I'm gonna say James Taylor.
Oh, you picked mine.
Yeah.
Doggone it.
That's okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of like who I've just played a violin like with at home, you know, and he'd probably be one of them just to.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, Bo.
I had Leonard Skinner on the turntable the other day. Bought a used vinyl for $3.
Nice.
Their very first album. I would love to jam with Leonard Skinner. You know, I love guitars. I love rock and roll. I was going to say James Taylor, so let's see who else.
Isn't that more than one guy?
Well, it's one band. I'm going to call that one entity. Okay. All right, then.
Well, no.
Gary Rosington.
what are the
Okay.
rules?
Gary
Is that-
Rosington of Leonard Skinner. He's passed on, but Gary Rosington. And I would say, since James Taylor was taken, I'll go with Jim Croce. You know, what an amazing singer-songwriter. And I also love and appreciate all of the music that Gordon Lightfoot did, even up until 2 years before he died. He put out a couple amazing songs, and I did get to see him play in concert one time, and his voice was frail, but he and his band were spot on as far as instrumentation, and I think that'd be awesome to hang with him.
Well, yeah, he played here about a year before he died at Royal Oak.
I was there. Yeah, it was beautiful. Yeah, and his voice wasn't, you know, the traditional Gordon Lightfoot, but it was fantastic to see.
Yep.
All right, Officer Bill.
Well, since he picked Leonard Skinner, can I pick Jay Giles? The Jay Giles fan? No, just kidding. No, I think I'd like to play a Jay Giles song with Richard Shawlitz, Magic Dick. He's like probably my favorite harmonica player. I got a bunch of favorite harmonica players. I could just kind of list those, but he's the one guy that I'd wanna sit down and jam with. And then I'm trying to think who else. Maybe I don't know why it's coming to mind. Probably because I just saw them this year. But I think it would be really cool to play with Charlie Starr from Blackberry Smoke.
Yep.
He's like got a lot. He's got a lot of talent, a lot going on. He can sing like a hillbilly and sing like rock, and he's got that southern rock feel. Good guitar player. He can play slide, and I think it'd be a lot of fun playing with a guy like that. And then probably Geddy Lee.
Yeah.
I'd love to sit down and play guitar against someone who can play bass like that. I think it would be really cool, and just really, and it'd be fun because I grew up on Rush, you know. So do a Rush tune with someone who can play like that stuff, you know. Like there's this guy that comes to the New Hudson Inn, and he puts backing tracks of he does a backing track with Rush in it, And
Yeah, he was there Monday.
Yeah, he was there Monday, and he's got like Geddy Lee in the background. He did YYZ, so he's doing Alex Lifeson's part, and Geddy Lee's back there. I'm like, man, how cool would it be if that guy like Geddy Lee walked up behind him and just started, just like doing it. I think it would be fun, man. It would be really cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, Croce would have been one of my 3.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
I mean,
Who else?
and some of the style and stuff for that Croce had, I used some of that too. Oh gosh.
Oh gosh.
Well, you know who my number
I
one
was
would
gonna
be.
say, like this
So-
is super hard.
Yeah, like it's super hard. Billy Joel would be my first one.
There you go.
Oh,
Just-
yeah. You don't
That's
think
a
about
good
a
one.
piano guy.
I mean, he is just so amazingly.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a guy who started out in a 2-piece.
Mm-hmm.
No, he played in the Buggles, or what did they call them? Not the Buggles, but it was something along that line. But it was kind of the 60s California sound.
Yeah.
And he and the guitarist from that group formed Attila. And I was just watching a documentary that he did, and he said it. I mean, the only thing we wanted to do with that group, with just the 2 of them, was play as loud as we possibly could. I mean, he had literally broken piano keys playing with Attila.
Wow. That's cool.
But then when he went solo and went through a lot of the earlier albums and about how he did the themes and what he came up with it and how much of it was, again, real life for him. He did the album Glass Houses because he was mad at the recording industry. That's what that album was about.
Yeah.
Because
Tom Petty's done a little bit of that too.
he had no control. He couldn't get out because he had a deal with a record label. Columbia wanted him, and that part of just all the politics in the recording industry is the Glass Houses album, and how he wrote 52nd Street because it was where he recorded. The studio was on 52nd Street in New York. But yeah, and how he tried, California, and then went back to New York, and that's where he got his true sound, where he recorded The Stranger and all that stuff. So yeah, he was definitely number 1. And to top it off, he wrote a concerto.
Yeah, what's interesting about what I really like about, and this just comes to mind from an award show I saw him on. It was the Grammys. There's all this. I think it was the Grammys, and he's there, and before he comes in with all the old timers that are in his old band and stuff like that. There's all these people, all the artists today. They're lip syncing. They got all this crazy lights and like effects and overproduced stuff, and then he just gets up there with his old boys, and he just jams for real. You know what I mean? And you could just see the smirk on his face when he was playing. He just knew. He's like, oh yeah, these guys, I'm going to show them what real rock and roll is, And it was probably the best moment of the Grammys, because most of the people tune out.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because it's so pretentious and so. But I remember tuning in. I'm like, oh, Billy Joel's playing. I'm like, oh, that's different. You know what I mean? It's just he's schooling them all.
He had a mean streak.
He schooled everyone at that award show, man. In my opinion. I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings if they like those other artists. That's fine.
But to me, he probably had the greatest concert open that I've ever heard with Angry Young Man.
Yeah. Yeah, the band, the Heavy K and the Freaks, we opened with "You May Be Right" for the last 20 years. We always play that one. So, yeah, he's one of my favorites too. I like him.
So yeah, between him and he has more talent than a person should be allowed to have. Just all the different things he can do.
Yeah.
The second one, just purely for the showmanship, would be Elvis Presley and the deep voice.
Yeah, I didn't think of him either, man.
Skip.
The Hassles. Thank you,
I was
Doug.
gonna say, Skip, I don't mean to interrupt you, but from the comments section, we got the name of the band. Andrew Rice says hello, and someone's dad,
Hey, Dad.
is
Hi, Dad.
is tuned in.
Listening from Pennsylvania. Welcome to the
Hey,
show,
Andrew.
Mark. Doug, thank you. Yes, it was the Hassles. What's up, Andrew? Five Becomes West, listening on their way home from their gig weekend.
Gladwin.
So, hope you guys rocked it out. I know you did.
They always do.
But I always forget that's there. It's like got blinders on, I'm thinking. So, let's see. My third would have been Croce. Oh. Now it gets hard. Because you get into that where there's so many more.
There's so many.
You know, you made me think when you talked about Billy Joel's arm wrestling with the record industry. You made me think of Prince and why he changed his name. You know, why he changed his name to a symbol, and then the artist formerly known as Prince. You know, because like I don't know, Sony or something said, "Oh, name and likeness belongs to us. Sorry, Prince." You know what I mean? So he's like, "Oh, I'll show you. You know, I'll be the
formerly known as.
Yeah, I'm the artist formerly known as Prince, and now I don't have a name. Here's a symbol. Choke on that, you know.
But now I guess pure guitar skills, I'd probably say Eddie Van Halen, EVH.
Yeah.
Be able to
Good
pull
one.
It's like,
And now when we say jam with these people, it would probably be me sitting there going, "Holy shit!" Like,
Yeah.
wow.
well, that's
this
kind
is
of the
amazing.
idea. That's
Yeah,
kind of the
yeah,
idea
yeah.
of the
I don't know how
question.
much jamming.
Like
I'd be
there's a
doing.
magic wand where like I'm good enough for the next 20 minutes,
Yeah,
right? To
yeah.
like do this, right?
Well, you just my role would be to just play 3-chord bangers and let them improvise.
Right on. Right on.
It's not a bad plan.
Let's see. All right. So we're going to take care of a quick little bit of business. Starting with the, let me get back here. Where'd it go? Live is awesome. All right. So September 20th, we have the Scrambling for Autism Golf Scramble at Links of Novi. And I'm going to pull that up right now. Come on now. Hang on. So that's coming up on the 20th. I believe there is still a spot for a foursome or two. Proceeds go to autism related benefits, as well as Joseph and Jonathan's journey, which is again a benefit for autism. It's actually the owners of CRB. It is they have twin boys on the spectrum. Coolest bunch of guys. They just turned 18.
Got to say their first swear word.
Got to say their first swear words.
Very exciting.
Which were what? Do
Oh,
we know?
You know.
Yeah. And they both picked the same
You
one.
can guess. You can guess.
What's your favorite swear word?
But now they can only do it at home. So we'll get you more information on that.
Did they have used their privileges? Did they?
Also looking for volunteers for the event, as well as sponsorship. Always looking for that. We can always take on more sponsors. It is a great time. It is the best golf scramble event of the year. I've done it for 4 or 5 years now. And it's just a ton of fun. We get live music out there.
Novi Meadows is where?
Links of Novi. It's
Links
on
of
10
Novi,
Mile between Wixom and Napier.
Okay.
So, yeah, always a good time there. So, if you haven't checked it out, you can check it out. Again, it's Scrambling for Autism. As soon as I look it up here, we're going to get you a little more information. It is $120 per golfer. You can register your team through Dan Mayer through his Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, or Facebook Messenger. The website for that is www.scrambling4, that's F-O-R-E, autism.weebly.com. It is a scramble format with a 130 shotgun start, but all the cool stuff that's included with this, it's 18 holes with a cart, bag service, skins closest to the pin, bucket of balls on the range, steak dinner, that's the best part. You can enter and win 50-50 bag raffles, TV raffle, a hole-in-one contest, a ball launcher. That's cool. It's like firing a bazooka 500 yards. They pick a good par 5 hole. So that's my best shot at an eagle, is using that rocket launcher to get me in the vicinity of the green. Be live DJ'd, and it is sponsored by Cave Radio Broadcasting. So make sure you all check that out. And if you are signed up, make sure you get those registration fees into Dan ASAP. I just did mine today. So I got you, Dan. You didn't have to come looking for me. But no, it's a great time. Speaking of which, and speaking of benefits, and this one will actually come before the autism tournament. If you are looking for a Switch 2, a Nintendo Switch 2, we are doing a drawing for that Nintendo Switch 2. Again, you can get Dan Mayer and put something on the Cave Radio page, or let's see, I'm actually looking for the information. And for both of these things, you can get your tickets or get into or more information or to pay your fees for the golf outing using Dan's Venmo at Daniel_Mayer-13. Cash App is, there we go, is S as in Skip. Cave Radio, all one word. Zelle at I am, the letter M, D as in dog, Mayer, all one word, at yahoo.com. And when you do get your entry fees paid or get your raffle tickets for the Switch 2, please include your name and cell number in the comments. So if you win it, we can find you. So at this time, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back in about 5-10 minutes. And hopefully we can talk Midnight Crisis and doing a tune or two for us.
So we'll see.
We will be right back. welcome back to Acoustically Yours on Cave Radio Broadcasting, www.crbradio.com. Once again, my name is Skip Dietz. I'm Acoustically Yours, and we are joined tonight by Midnight Crisis. I've been trying really hard not to say midlife. But we've got Bo, Bill, and Corinne and joining us, and imagine that I talked them into playing a little something for us. So I give you, ladies and gentlemen, Midnight Crisis.
Can I say a little bit about the tune? Okay. So this song was written by a fellow named Austin Chase. He's with the Chase Down Band. You can stream his music on Apple, Spotify, whatever. He gave us permission to cover this tonight, and he lets us cover. We've been putting this in our all our gigs ever since I heard the song. I just fell in love with it when he played, and he was good friends with Corinne and I from back in the Stingers open mic days, and he's played at the NHI even, and really talented songwriter and great band. So this is called Don't Make Me Go Back Home.
That setting sun, look back and see how far you've flown. You realize the world ain't just begun. Ain't got no ticket to ride, but you know damn well I'll try. Please don't make me go back home. Don't care where this train goes, out in the rain or the heavy snow. Please don't make me go back home. Yeah, please don't make me go back home. Yeah, please don't make me go back home.
Great stuff. Wow. I love the harmonies, the instruments.
Yeah, it's a great song, isn't it? Yeah.
Not bad for a small room, huh?
Yeah, no, I could hear myself really good through the earphones and everything. It's cool.
All right, what else you got for us?
Can we do something a little raunchy?
Sure.
Are you gonna? I'm so glad you asked first. I guess. That's cute.
All right. We're gonna cover. We're gonna do a cover of a cover. So we're gonna grab the Seashell's gonna grab the mandolin here, and we're gonna do a Snoop Doggy Dogg song. Snoop Doggy Dogg. All right. I don't think you'll have.
I have to sit to play this thing.
You want to run the chord? There you go.
Thank you.
I got
that
you.
mic down
There
and
you go.
up a little. All right.
So much drama in LBC, it's really hard being Snoop, the old double G. But somehow, someway, keep thinking of funky ass shit nearly every single day. Can I kick a little something for the G's? Make a few friends as breeze through. You know it's 2 in the morning and the party's still jumping in. 'Cause my mama ain't home. No bitches in the living room, they're getting it on. And they ain't leaving till 6 in the morning. So what you gonna do? I got a pocket full of rubbers and my homeboys do too. So turn out the light and close the doors. But we don't love them whores. You know I'm gonna smoke an ounce of this. G's up, hoes down. Why you motherfuckers bounce to this? And I'll be rolling down the street, smoking and go, sipping on gin and juice, laid back with my mind on my money and my money on my mind. Now I got me some Seagram's gin. Everybody got their cup, 'cause they ain't pitched in. You know, this kind of shit happens all the time. You gotta get yours before I get mine. And I'll be going down the street, smoking and going. And I'll be macking with this bitch named Sadie. She used to be the homeboy's lady. You know it's 80 degrees, and I tell her, bitch, please get all these NUTs, 'cause you get none of these. And I'll be at home in Dogtown, feel the breeze. And I'll be rolling down the street, smoking and go, sipping on gin and juice, laid back with my mind on my money and my money on my mind. Laying down the street, smoking and go, sipping on gin and juice, laid back with my mind on my money and my money on my mind. Later on that there day, my homie Dr. Dre came by with a gang of Tanqueray of some bubonic and chronic, you know it made me choke. This shit ain't no joke. I had backed up off it and set my cup of gin down. You know, bubonic and chronic, well, I'm fucked up now. And I'll be rolling down the street, smoking indigo, sipping on gin and juice, laid back with my mind on my money and my money on my mind. Rolling down the street, smoking indigo, sipping on gin and juice, laid back with my mind on my money and my money on my mind. Come on. And I'll be rolling down the street, smoking indigo, sipping on gin and juice.
All right. That is Midnight Crisis, ladies and gentlemen. What do you guys got coming up?
Oh, I don't have it memorized, but I got it in my calendar.
I got it right here.
You got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
September 6th, we're back at the New Hudson Inn.
House Saloon.
And September 12th, on Friday, that's a Friday, we're back at the Hell Saloon, not the Hell Creek Saloon, but it is near Hell Creek. I think that's it for the year until we're trying to land some stuff in October and November to button up the year, but those are the last 2 shows so far.
All right, so we got 2 shows coming up.
Yep.
September 6th, that New Hudson Inn.
Yep.
And the Hell Saloon on the 12th of September.
That's right. Yep.
All right, very good. I'd like to thank you guys so much for coming in and joining us tonight.
Thanks for having us. You're awesome.
This has
Your show's awesome.
been a great night. We keep adding musicians by the episode. So, first episode was just me.
Oh, it was great. Don't let them tell you otherwise, Skip.
Yeah, we were done after an hour.
We're going to check out the catalog for sure.
I thought I had all this material ready to go and all this stuff, and I was done with it in like 20 minutes. What do we do now, Eric? How you doing?
Yeah. That's when we knew. That's when I knew we were in trouble. So, Eric, what are your musical influences? Well,
but yeah, then we brought in Jason Longuski for the first guest.
Hi, Jason. Haven't seen him play in a while.
Episode spot, and after Jason, we brought in Doug Larson.
Oh yeah.
So he was our second guest, and then we brought in Danny and Andrew.
Good stick chrome.
And then you guys on episode 5.
Sounds like we're in good company.
Yeah, that's.
And we got a couple coming in. We've got Steve Goulian coming in August 10th.
He's gonna be awesome.
It'll be fun.
Yeah.
He's fun.
Yeah.
And I brought, we've got Blues Dad coming in. John Cook, he's coming in September 7th.
Okay. I saw him. He was at the songwriter competition too,
Yep.
wasn't he? Yep. Does he have a red hat? Does he wear a red hat?
No, he's the black hat, almost like the Blues Brothers.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's because he's Blues Dad. He's a
Blues
dad who sings the blues.
That's right. That's right.
So yeah, John will be coming in September 7th. So that's the weekend after Sunday after Labor Day. And that's what I've got for the year so far. So,
Right.
Yeah.
well, I prepaid for 4 shows.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, well, we're gonna see how this goes,
Yeah.
and we're gonna keep it going.
Yeah, it's
Cool.
great. It's a great setup, man. I really enjoyed this. It was a lot of fun.
But yeah, little background. We actually had a show called Big and Bigger, and they did a lot of other variety stuff. But their big thing, and kind of the big thing, and how the Cave started, was as a spotlight and a focus on local bands, local artists. Well, Big and Bigger ran 400-ish shows. So, it ran its course.
Yeah.
Al and Eric, who ran the show, kids in high school, it was harder to get together.
well, and it had a baby. It's called Just Roll With It.
No, Just Roll With It was first. Just
Okay.
Roll With It was the first show on Cave
I have
Radio.
my timeline screwed up. I'll go back to pushing buttons.
So yeah. So Big and Bigger was something else before, and something else before that. But yeah, all of Cave Radio spawned with the Just Roll With It show. They were actually doing it at another internet station, and then branched off on their own. It actually started in Dan's basement, which was called he called the Dan Cave, and that's where the name came from too. That's where Cave Radio came from.
Okay.
And they've been in garages, they've been in other basements. We had a studio about 4 miles down, 5 Mile in Redford. Danny actually played there
Okay.
in one of his bands, Detroit Trouble.
Nice.
So
From a basement to a worldwide audience.
yeah,
That's cool.
yeah, definitely. If you look at the Cave Radio page, we're at about 9,000-ish followers.
Yeah, that's cool. Did I see right that the Gasoline Gypsies were
Yes.
on Cave Radio? Yeah, they're good too.
Yep,
man.
Gasoline Gypsies. Oh, we've had all kinds of bands in.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gasoline Gypsies. Dead by Design. God, I can go through them. The Lions. They're called something else now. But this was just a group of like 17, 18-year-old kids playing.
Oh, okay.
Man, it was really cool when they were in. But yeah, there's been a ton of locals come through. The Split, Jason Longuski actually played with them, along with the drummer that actually I went to high school with, Ron Vensko. He's played with Court Don Popes. He's playing with, I forget what he's playing with now. But yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of local talent come through. And now Midnight Crisis is officially enshrined, and welcome to the cave.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks. That was a lot of fun.
But we're gonna sign off very quickly. So just reminders: CRB golf outing, that was in May. So there's 2 of them we do every year. We do the CRB golf outing to kind of help the station and other causes. We do that in May, and then we have the Scrambling for Autism. That's coming up again September 20th. Don't forget, we are doing a drawing for a Switch 2. So if you want tickets for that, I suggest going to and following the Cave Radio Facebook page. And while you're at it, do a little search and follow the Acoustically Yours page as well. If you guys want, Midnight Crisis Trio does have a Facebook group, so check them out and join them, and you'll get
It's
all
free. It's free to join.
You're free to join. You got to pay to get out, but it's free to join.
Like Hotel California.
Search for Midnight Crisis Trio. We're the only ones. Found out when I went to make the page, there are a few other bands out there called Midnight Crisis.
Yeah.
It's not us, so had to throw Trio on it. Oops.
No, it's great though. So yeah, Midnight Crisis Trio on Facebook. You guys have a website or anything, or
Not
we
yet.
just go with the Facebook? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you once again for joining us, Midnight Crisis. Thank you for your wizardry, Eric, and getting up to 3 instruments simultaneously going in the
Good job,
cave.
man.
Yeah, that was great, man.
Here live from the penthouse high above O'Malley's in lovely Livonia, Michigan. This is Skip Dietz. Until we meet again on August 10th with Steve Goulian, I am Acoustically Yours.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.